Good evening, South Africa. It's your boy Trevor back with another episode of... Just kidding. Tonight we're talking about something even bigger than my Netflix special's President Ramaphosa SONA 2025 address. It was a historic night, folks. Why? Because it was the first SONA since the formation of the Government of National Unity. That's right, different parties working together for the good of South Africa. It's like seeing the Sharks and the Bulls sharing a braai unexpected, but hey, I'm here for it. Now, I know what you're thinking, Trevor. SONA speeches are long and boring, and you're not wrong. But this one had me on the edge of my seat. Well, maybe not on the edge, but definitely more interested than usual. Why? Because Ramaphosa came ready to talk about the issues that matter to everyday South Africans. He spoke about the economy, about jobs, about infrastructure, and even about those pesky visa applications. He addressed the rumors and lies spread by a certain former reality TV star turned politician, cough cough, Donald Trump. But most importantly, he painted a picture of a South Africa that is united, resilient, and ready to take on the future. So, buckle up, Mzansi, because we're about to break down SONA 2025, and trust me, you don't want to miss this. Let's talk numbers, people. Ramaphosa came in swinging with a target of 3% annual GDP growth. Ambitious? Sure. But hey, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right? To get there, he's banking on public-private partnerships and investments in key sectors like green manufacturing, the digital economy, and tourism. Think of it like this. The government is setting the table, the private sector is bringing the food, and hopefully, by the end of it, everyone's got a plate full of economic prosperity. But what about jobs, Trevor, I hear you ask? Well, the presidential employment stimulus has already created over 2.2 million work opportunities. That's more people with jobs, more people with money in their pockets, and more people contributing to the economy. It's a win-win situation, like finding a 20 Rand note in your old jeans. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, state-owned entities, or SOEs as the cool kids call them. We've all heard the horror stories about Eskom and Transnet. Well, Ramaphosa is serious about reforming these entities to make them more efficient and financially sustainable. He's even set up a dedicated SOE reform unit. It's like sending your messy roommate to tidying up boot camp. Let's hope it works. And for all the aspiring entrepreneurs out there, Ramaphosa announced a 20 billion Rand transformation fund to support black-owned businesses and historically disadvantaged entrepreneurs. It's all about leveling the playing field and giving everyone a fair shot at success. Now let's talk infrastructure, baby. Ramaphosa announced a whopping 940 billion Rand investment in infrastructure over the next 3 years. That's bridges, roads, dams, the works. Remember that pothole you always complain about? Yeah, this is its worst nightmare. One of the flagship projects is the Mabena Bridge, which is set to be the highest bridge in Africa once completed. Imagine driving over that bad boy. It's not just about looking cool, though. These projects will create jobs, boost tourism, and improve connectivity across the country. And speaking of infrastructure, let's not forget about electricity. Load shedding? What load shedding? South Africa has enjoyed over 300 consecutive days without those pesky power cuts. Thanks to the Electricity Regulation Amendment Act, we're moving towards a future powered by renewable energy and private sector participation in the transmission network. It's like finally cutting the cord from that unreliable, significant other good riddance. Water security is another key area of focus. Ramaphosa announced 23 billion Rand for large-scale water projects, including the establishment of a national water resource infrastructure agency. Because in a country as sunny as South Africa, we need to make sure everyone has access to clean, drinkable water. And last but not least, let's talk digital infrastructure. The government is investing heavily in improving service delivery and economic competitiveness through technology. This includes a relaunched gov.za platform, a new digital identity system, and expanded broadband access. It's like giving South Africa a digital makeover, sleek, modern, and ready to compete on the global stage. Section 4. Opening doors, streamlining visa processes for a globalized world. Okay, let's be real. Applying for a visa to South Africa can be tougher than trying to explain load shedding to someone who's never experienced it. But fear not, travelers, because Ramaphosa announced a brand new electronic travel authorization, or ETA system. Think of it like online shopping, but for visas. This new system has already cleared a whopping 90% of the visa application backlog. That's right, no more waiting for months on end, wondering if you'll ever get to experience the beauty of South Africa. It's about time we made it easier for people to come and spend their hard-earned tourist dollars here. Section 5, South Africa on the world stage. The G20 presidency and international relations. Hold on to your hats, folks, because South Africa is officially the president of the G20. That's right, we're calling the shots on the world stage. And Ramaphosa is using this opportunity to advance African and global South interests. Think of it like being the host of a party. You get to decide the music, the food, and most importantly, who gets invited. He's also been busy on the international diplomacy front, advocating for peace in the Democratic Republic of Congo, a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine, and even calling out Israel's actions at the International Court of Justice. It's like South Africa is the cool kid in school, standing up for what's right and making its voice heard. Of course, not everyone is happy about South Africa's growing global influence. Some countries, like the United States, have been critical of our foreign policy. But as Ramaphosa put it, South Africa will not be bullied. We're here to stay, and we're going to do things our way, so deal. Section 6 standing firm, refuting false claims and upholding South African values. Speaking of bullies, remember that guy Donald Trump? Yeah, he's back with his alternative facts. This time he's spreading lies about land confiscation in South Africa. Apparently, he thinks we're just going around taking land from people willy-nilly. I guess someone forgot to tell him that we have this little thing called the Constitution. Ramaphosa, like the boss he is, shut down Trump's claims faster than you can say fake news. He reminded the world that South Africa is a constitutional democracy that respects property rights. He also pointed out the hypocrisy of Trump's words, considering America's own history with land dispossession. It was a powerful moment, and it showed the world that South Africa will not be swayed by lies and misinformation. We know who we are, and we're proud of our values of equality, justice, and respect for all. Section 7, United in Progress, the coalition government's impact on governance. We've come a long way, South Africa. We've faced challenges, overcome obstacles, and emerged stronger than ever. And a big part of that is thanks to the formation of the Government of National Unity. For the first time in our democratic history, different political parties have put aside their differences to work together for the common good. It's like watching the Lions and the Stormers sharing a change room. Strange, but surprisingly effective. The coalition government has brought about a new era of political stability and cooperation. It's allowed us to focus on the issues that matter most to South Africans, like creating jobs, improving service delivery, and building a more prosperous and equitable society. Sure, there will be bumps along the road, there will be disagreements and debates, but that's the beauty of democracy. It's messy, it's complicated, but ultimately it's about working together to build a better future for all. And that's what SONA 2025 was all about. Hope, unity, and a shared vision for a brighter tomorrow. Amandla,